Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Detroit Lions. The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You talk about this Lions defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 21-yard line. That one good for 33 and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Covington. Over the middle, he's got to slow. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
First down and goal to go.
18 Cardinal, let's go.
They'll run with Gibbs. And a nice pick up there. Gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
Gibbs again. And he's going to lose yardage again as he is stuck behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal.
Track him 60, crack all 80.
Back to throw. Covington. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little, but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, back to Harvey. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Broncos 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Harvey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Lions defense. Well, they play well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Nix to the air. The completion to Riddick. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver 1st.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with a rookie. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now it's Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. To throw is Nix. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
That is caught by Laporta. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Let it go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Lions had 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Ready up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 60 Vikings. Ready, right?
Back to throw again. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. Good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously, the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way, you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Once more with Harvey. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. 3rd and 4. Here's Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Whelan. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Ready.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 57 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Partner, there are straight running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and 1st down. Simply put, you've got to put more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
It's 2nd and inches at the 32-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Hand off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
60 Vikings, 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. But now he appears to be in some pain. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Bullard down to about the 23.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Second and 7. Here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Bates' kick is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. And hard running is going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, here's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Looking to throw. Nix. Airing one deep for Riddick. That's caught at the 25. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 18-yard
line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw. Nix. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
It got his man complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be from 56 yards out. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Lions. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. That right there makes up for that missed extra point they had after the first score.
Yeah, they went ahead and got back to level by going for 2 and having the normal amount of points, so that works out pretty well for them. And if you're the kicker, don't worry about it too much. Now they've got back to where they want to be, they'll try it out there for the next one.
Marvin Mims on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2nd and 6. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. Airing one deep for Riddick. And incomplete on the deep ball. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
This is taken at the 15. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Covington. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Looking to throw. Covington. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Lions first down. First and 10 at the 41.
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
18 Cardinal, 18.
Back to throw. Covington. To the left side, he finds Tesoro. And he takes a shot at the end of that play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Come on. Pat the 60. Pat.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Intended for Sam Laporta. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Let's go now. Go.
Looking to throw. Covington. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 11. He finds Reddick complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aleem McNeil in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Nix. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 38-yard line.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10.
Get it.
Off the play fake. Covington. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Lions on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Off play action. Covington. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going. It's Nix. And now here is another interception. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. And this is one head. Of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the leather jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
18 card.
Gibbs straight ahead. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Come on. Set. 60 boxes. 6.
Here's 2nd and 8. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here is 3rd and 5.
60 Eagles.
Looking to throw. Covington. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Lions are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board. And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they Stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Ready, ready. Let's go now. Huh. Ready.
On the deal, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
77 Wolf.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Bullard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Ready, ready. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready, ready.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Let's go. Viking 18. Go.
And they take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
No, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Detroit, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Denver, they drop their 10th game now